Blog Talk Radio.
You ain't the only one who loves America. I like America just like you. Just because I sing and dance after midnight. Just because I take a drink or two.
Listen, I hold these values dear because I've lived them. I've spent my whole life chasing the American dream.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to What Are They Thinking, the radio show that is dedicated to the website unemployedstatesofamerica.com. This is Mitch in very cold and getting colder by the minute Madison, Wisconsin, and my co-host is...
I am Eric from the wonderful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where it's Tuesday, and guess what it's doing outside my window?
I bet you it's raining?
That would be a good guess, because it wouldn't be Tuesday if it didn't rain. But, yeah, there you go. It's raining.
Hey, half of what you wanted to come true on Sunday came true. The Eagles lost to the Bears, but unfortunately the other half, which was Michael Vick getting wishboned, did not happen. So I'm sorry we couldn't get both halves to come true. But
I was actually going to bring that up, being as you are a Chicago Bears fan from your childhood. I thought you had some strings you could pull, and since I'm a dog lover from my hood, and not just a dog lover, but an avid defender of the breed known as Pit Bull, which that man so unconsciously tortured and murdered, and he should still be in jail for running a criminal enterprise, which is a crime that I believe there are RICO statutes that usually take at least 10-year sentences. But anyway, I'm not in love with Michael Vick, and your Bears were supposed to, I believe my request was, jump on top of his head and shatter every bone on the way down to his feet with his skull. And that did not happen. And I'm holding you partially responsible for that.
It's my fault. It's my fault, but thank you to the Atlanta Falcons who did away with the disgusting Green Bay Packers. Yes, you are Listening, if you're tuning in for the first time, to someone who grew up in the Chicago area, moved to Madison, Wisconsin 3 years ago, and has had to endure Green Bay Packerville. Oh my God!
You know what? There's really small wonder why this has changed for you, but there's really small wonder why we've been long-term unemployed. Because you live in Wisconsin and talk crap on the Packers, and I live in Philadelphia and talk crap on the Eagles. So the gods of our respective hometowns are pretty much against us, I suppose. But, hey, what do you want? Steelers run a class organization. That's what I like.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Anyway, a lot going on, so we're going to stop talking about football. Wisconsin Badgers doing very well, though, and I just figured I'd throw that in.
Yeah,
but,
we wouldn't want to be like Harry Reid in that vein. To point out to anybody who is just starting to listen, you have been lucky enough within the past 2 weeks to find employment. I'm so used to saying the word employment with "un" in front of it anymore that I just confuse that. But you've been a little bit out of the loop, and you've been missing some of the little tiny sprinkles of sugar that make life so sweet. And Harry Reid kicked off the Senate session with a 6-minute opus this morning to the University of Nevada football squad for their victory over Boise State. And while there is a lot of things going on in that Congress that, to me, are way less important than getting unemployment benefits through in this holiday season, homosexuals might have a problem with me for not caring so much about Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I don't think the Russians are going to bomb us tomorrow if we don't pass the START treaty. But I do think that it is wildly unimportant for Harry Reid to waste 6 minutes of Senate floor time to discuss the University of Nevada defeating the Boise State, whatever they are, that play on the Smurf turf out there. So
yeah, the Boise State Broncos, and the Wolfpack did pull off a tremendous upset, which was really due to the fact that the Boise State kicker missed a chip shot 26-yard field goal with 2 seconds left that would have made it all anyway.
To incorporate a little bit of that in that little sports talk into politics.
Yeah, I thought we would do that. It'd be good to do that.
But anyway, with that Boise State kicker, he is one of the most accurate. I believe he's the highest scoring kicker in all of college football. But he missed that chip shot. And do you realize that within the days that it's been since he missed that chip shot, that there has been a Facebook page dedicated to him in positive pat on the back, it's okay, buddy, right? Which is, nice and all that. But 15,000 people have already joined that Facebook page. Now, where are these people who can motivate and rally around a guy who, I don't know what a kicker goes to school for. Because you got to figure that the kicker on a college football team is, likely one of the guys that's there to actually get an education, because being a kicker in the NFL is not a real long, career to have for the most part.
I guess that's somewhat of a fair assumption.
That guy's just going to be working in an office somewhere not that long from now. Do you really think this has changed his life in any way, shape, or form? But try to get people out to waste an hour of their time at a voting booth, and